Mrs. Isles again from the music room. This is week 1, day 2 of our online music videos. If you haven't yet watched week 1, day 1, I would go back and watch that one first, because one of the songs that we're going to sing right away, we learned in that first video. Every day when we start music, the first thing that we're going to do is talk about our agenda for the day, the things that we will be able to do by the end of that music class or at the end of this music video. So I've written those down here. Last time we also talked about how every grade has its own special color. If you are a 2nd grader, your special color is green. If you are a 3rd grader, your special color is blue. If you are a 4th grader, your special color is purple. So if you are a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th grader, you are in the right place. At the top it says, Elementary Academy students will be able to, let's check out what we're doing today. We will sing our welcome and our star song. We will sing and move to the Ants Go Marching. And we will practice our train exit. So that's our plan for the day. Here on the whiteboard, I've written the words to our welcome song that we learned last time in the video for day 1. Let's review the words to our welcome song. It's time for music class. And then at the end I wrote clap, clap, because we clap twice. Then we do the same thing again. It's time for music class. We're gonna sing la la la. We're gonna play tap, tap, tap. And when we do the tap, 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 you can do a 2-finger tap on your knees, you can tap your shoulder, you can tap the center of your forehead if you want to. We're gonna move and groove and have some fun today. Tap, tap. Then the last two lines are the exact same as the first 2 lines. It's time for music class. It's time for music class. Okay, I'm going to grab my trusty guitar Desi over here, and we're going to sing through our welcome song. I hope that you all sing loud and proud at home, but this is only the 2nd time that we've done this, the 2nd video that we've done this in. So if you don't know all the words to this song, that's okay. You can just do your best. If you make a mistake, that's okay. If you make a mistake, make it big. If you're feeling really not so confident, maybe go back and watch that first video, or you can just hum to yourself right now as we sing. It starts with an introduction, so Desi is going to play by herself, and then we'll start it. Here we go. It's time for music class. It's time for music class. We're gonna sing la la la. We're gonna play. We're gonna move and groove and have some fun today. It's time for music class. It's time for music class. There's our welcome song. After we sing our welcome song, the next thing we will always do is sing our star song. Some of your teachers might ask you from time to time to sit and star. That means you're ready to go, ready to listen, ready to learn. The star song is the easiest song in the world. All you have to do is listen to me and copy me. It sounds like this. We are singing, tracking the talker, crisscross applesauce, hands in our lap, voices off. There we go. I hope you did sing with me. Before we get started into our next activity, which is the Ants Go Marching, I thought we'd take a little bit of time to do a little bit of a warm-up, a brain warm-up, a voice warm-up, so that we're really ready to sing. So sometimes before I sing, I like to just do some big stretches. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs. It's good to stretch out your muscles before you do something that's very active. We're going to do a little bit of moving today. Your voice is also a muscle, so it's good to stretch out our voices before we start to do any major singing. So one of the things that I like to do is called a vocal warm-up, and one of my vocal warm-ups I like to do is called a roller coaster. Now when I do a roller coaster, sometimes I feel kind of silly. Sometimes it can get kind of loud, but it's mostly fun if you try. To do a roller coaster with your voice, your hands trace circles in the air, and as your voice gets bigger or higher or lower, the circles get bigger as we go. So your circles are going to start off kind of small, and my small circles might sound something like woo, woo. My bigger circles might sound woo, woo. See, I got a little bit higher. And my really big circles are woo, woo. And then at the end, when I'm done with my roller coaster, my whole body folds forward. And when it's forward like this, my voice is very low. Here's what my roller coaster sounds like. I'm going to do it by myself, and then I'm going to ask you at home to do it with me. Here's my roller coaster. Sounds like this. Woo, woo, woo! And there's my vocal warm-up with the roller coaster. Now I'd like you to do it with me. Do it loud and proud if you can. Here we go. Ready, go. Woo, woo, woo! Okay, so now our voices are a little bit more ready to sing. One other thing that we usually do with younger grades, usually in maybe pre-K, kindergarten, or first grade, is just check to see if we know the difference between high and low sounds. Now, I'm a new teacher at Prodeo Academy, and I haven't met very many of you yet. And this is not a skill that we've practiced, so I'm going to grab Desi again. And I just want you to do a check for yourself to see if you can hear the difference between a high and a low sound. You might think, Mrs. Isles, this is really easy. That's okay. It's just a quick review from something that we maybe should have learned already, but Mrs. Isles wasn't around to see if you could do it. So I'm going to play some different sounds on Desi, and all I want you to do is think to yourself in your head, is that a high sound that I'm playing, or is that a low sound? So here's the first one. We're going to do 3 sounds. Is that high or low? That was a high sound. Here's another one. That was a low sound. Here's one more. That was also a high sound. Not as high as the first one I played, but it was higher. It's good to know how high and low sounds, what they feel like maybe, what they look like, what they sound like on different instruments. So today I use my guitar, but other days I might use my piano, I might bring out xylophones, or some other instruments I bring from home. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is work with a song called The Ants Go Marching. Some of you might know this song already, which would be awesome. That means you're going to be kind of an expert. To start off, let's just read through the words of our song. The ants go marching. Then I wrote a blank. Blank by blank. That's because what I've written out is every verse to the song, and there's 10 different verses. And what's in that blank will change with every verse. So at the beginning, it's going to say, the ants go marching one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. And then we repeat. The ants go marching one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one. The little one stops too. And then there's a really long blank, because that's going to change every time. Whatever's in that blank rhymes with the number that we said. So I know in the example that we're going to listen to, it says, the little one stops to suck his thumb. Thumb and one rhyme, or rhyme pretty close. Then at the end, and they all go marching down in the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The second verse will be, the ants go marching 2 by 2. The third verse, the ants go marching 3 by 3. The ants go marching 4x4 is the fourth verse, and like I said, there are 10 verses, so this gets to be kind of a long song. But what I love about the song The Ants Go Marching is it gives us a chance to check one important skill in music class. And that important skill is finding and playing a steady beat. In the music room, like I showed you in our first video, we have rhythm sticks. So that's what I have in my hand right now. What I'd like for you to do is at home find 2 things that will work like rhythm sticks. It could be 2 pencils, it could be 2 crayons, it could be 2 spoons from the kitchen drawer if mom and dad say that that's okay. So if you need to, you can pause the video right now and go somewhere in your house and find 2 things that will work like my 2 rhythm sticks. Okay, hopefully you have them. So let's talk about a steady beat. A steady beat is a sound that doesn't speed up, it doesn't slow down, it always stays the same, and we always know what's going to happen next. Your steady beat can be a slow steady beat, your steady beat can be a fast steady beat, or your steady beat can be somewhere in the middle. But it never speeds up and it never slows down. If it does something different than that, that means it's not a steady beat. It's something different. It's some kind of rhythm, which we'll talk about in a few weeks. So I'm going to play The Ants Go Marching. And as the song plays, what I'd like you to do is tap a steady beat with your sticks or your markers or your spoons or whatever you got to use. If you kind of get off and you can't really hear what the steady beat is, watch my sticks because I'm going to do it with you. Partway through, I'm going to stop and I'm going to see if you can continue on and do it on your own. But I'll always join back in so you can double check to see if you're where you are. If you want to extra challenge yourself, you can try to sing along with the words. Now you might not know this song, but like I said, the verses are pretty much the same every time. The only thing that changes is the number we say and the thing that rhymes with that number. So you could always sing, the ants go marching 7 by 7, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 7 by 7, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 7 by 7, the little one stops too. And if you don't know what they're going to say, you can just listen to that part, and that's okay. But we know that the numbers are going to go in order, so we can sing most of it. And they all go marching down in the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. If you want to challenge yourself to sing along, that's an extra challenge you could do. I especially expect my 4th graders to be able to sing and tap a beat at the same time. If you want to add an extra challenge on top, in addition to tapping your sticks, you can march your feet wherever you're sitting. Okay, so I'm going to hit play on my computer and on my sound. We're going to do The Ants Go Marching together. Here we go.
The ants go marching 1 by 1, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 1 by 1, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 1 by 1, the little one stopped to suck his thumb, and they all go marching down in the ground to get out the rain. The ants go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah.
The ants go marching 2 by 2, the little one stops to tie his shoe. They all go marching down
In the ground to get out the rain.
Keep going.
The ants go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah.
The ants go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah.
The ants go marching 3 by 3, the little one stopped to scratch his knee, and they all go marching down in the ground to get out the rain. The ants go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 4 by 4, hurrah.
Keep going.
The ants go marching 7 by 7, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 7 by 7, hurrah,
Going.
hurrah. The ants go marching 7 by 7, the little ones stop to look to heaven, and they all go marching down the ground to get out the rain.
Run 8. The ants go marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah.
The ants go marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 8 by 8, the little ones stop to shut the gate, and they all go marching down the ground to get out the rain. The ants go marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 9 by 9, the little ones stop to check the spine, and they all go marching down the ground to get out the rain.
Last one. The ants go marching 10 by 10, hurrah. Stop those feet.
The ants go marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 10 by 10, the little ones stop to do it again, and they all go marching down the ground to get out the rain. Boom, 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 boom.
There we go. Hope you try that along with me and practice the steady beat. It is a wonderful skill to learn. If you are a person that loves to listen to music, if you want to practice your steady beat, one great thing to do is just to listen to any song, put on any MP3 player, put on Spotify, go on YouTube if your family allows you to, and really listen to what the drum is doing or what the backbeat is doing, because that's usually what the steady beat does. We will be practicing more of that and get our bodies more into it next time we have music. Okay, the last thing on our list to do is to practice our train exit. Starting today, we're going to end every music class with our train exit. Whether we're at school on campus or whether we're doing videos, we're always going to end it the same way. I have here on my whiteboard a rhythm. A rhythm is a pattern of sound. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever done rhythms before in music. So I'm just going to talk you through this. But just know that we're going to do this every single day in music. And when we're doing it on campus, this might look just a little bit different than what I have it on here. But this is the most simple way to look at it. So here, I put 4 straight lines down. Whenever we see this, we know it's a kind of medium slow sound. When we see this, we're going to make a ch sound. So we have 4 in a row, so this is going to sound like ch, 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 ch. In the next row, we have 2 of those straight lines, but then a kind of a bridge going across the top. Those go faster. That's a ch, 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 ch. The third line looks exactly like the first line, and we do it the exact same way. Ch, 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 ch. Then at the bottom, there's this wide circle, oval, and that is a very long sound. So when we do our train exit, we're just going to get all the rest of the air out of our lungs with a ch until there's nothing left. If we do this right, and if we have good breath control, that means controlling the amount of air in our lungs, we will breathe at the beginning, and we'll be able to do this all in one breath. I'm going to do it by myself first, so you hear an example of that. When we start, I will always count to 4 first. That is how long you have to take your deepest breath. Breathe from your belly going down. So it'll look like this. And that is our train exit. So I'd like you to try to do that with me. Do your very best. If you make a mistake, that's okay. Like my music teacher always used to say to me, if you make a mistake, make it big. Here we go. First we breathe, count to 4. There we go. Thank you for joining me today for Music Week 1, Day 2. Check back next week for some more videos. Have a magical musical day, everybody. Take care.